Hello and welcome to today's free trading video and market analysis. I'm your host, Kenny, Senior Research Analyst with the MiniAnalyst.com. First thing we're looking at here is a chart of the market. Actually, we're looking at some amazing gains for the Delta DTS yesterday. Today's Thursday, the 8th day of September 2011. This was Wednesday, the 7th, as you can see right there, September 7th, 2011. Delta DTS puts up an astounding $4,400 in gains yesterday, surpassing the 300% barrier on the 160-day live tracking that we've been doing. But we're going to look at a chart quickly of the market. As mentioned, this is Thursday, late in the day, and as you can see, the bears are in total control of the market. What we're looking at here is our intraday dynamics. These are proprietary indicators that we use to seek direction in the market, and as you can see, the market is definitely looking to go lower. Free informational day trade. It's kind of late in the day for today's trade, but you definitely want to be selling anywhere from 80 to 84 and go ahead and target a move. You never know, you could get an outside move down to about 70. 476 or something like that, so a nice 4 to 6, maybe 8-point gain. If you get this video and it's at 82 or 84, go ahead and sell that, and you'll pick up a nice profit in all likelihood, given that you have overwhelming indications in your favor. As you can see yesterday, we had a beautiful move, a gap open, didn't want to fill the gap at all. The market just moved to the upside the whole of the session, had a little bit of retracement there to our trend, our key trend following measure, and a bounce. Just use it as a diving board, a springboard, right into close and the highs of the day. Tried to break above those highs, had a gap down, filled the gap this morning, as you can see right here. Tried to break above the highs, but really, in all likelihood, you see we had these extreme bearish indications, bearish, and bearish, certainly diverging. So this was a great opportunity to sell into the strength that was errant in nature. And as you can see, we're at the lows of the session, and certainly these were the indications suggesting that we would be very likely at the lows of the session, if not a choppy day, which is kind of both of what we've had, but certainly not a breakout fall through session to the day side. Actually, we can go ahead and look, minimize that now. We've mentioned the free informational day trade. Go ahead and sell from 80 to 84. Look at a target around, just go ahead and target the close. We'll go ahead and speed up this video. Looking at an intraday chart, this is our key ESM 30. Have a couple of new systems actually to take a look at. I think you'll be impressed. Again, ESM 30 is actually not on the website either, but as you can see, continue to put up impressive gains. Is ESM 30 bought around 43, I believe. We'll go ahead and call it right there. Yeah, 43.50. Went all the way almost up to 90. So a very impressive 40-point gain in 2 days for the ESM 30. Booked a couple of gains right there. Just finished, as we mentioned, that incredible drawdown that we saw actually back in 08. I'm sorry, 07, that we saw in 07 as the market started to correct. So it's simply a beautiful time to get involved in this model. As you can see, over time, over the last 10 years, non-optimized, non-curve fitted, $240,000, but you do get those errant moves to the downside. We had only two. But if you look at the actual drawdowns, all in all, it's about 6%, 8%, so probably one would average about 8% drawdown. We did get that one in 08, pretty nasty drawdown in the model there. But as you can see, we've just endured another drawdown, so a fantastic time to get involved with the ESM 30. And again, just write into admin at MiniAnalyst.com if you'd like to find out how you can get involved with this fully automated trading model, which again continues to put up some impressive gains. We're going to go ahead and look over now at the new EVR3. This trades 3 lots in the Russell. We're going to go ahead and pull up the strategy performance report. Look at that. Absolutely killing it, especially since March. 71,000 up to 110,000 or so, about 106,000 or so. So absolutely incredible gains that we've had since March. Actually, that's May. So yeah, roughly March. So about 70,000 to 110,000, roughly 40,000 in gains that this model has made. Again, of course, non-optimized, non-curve fitted to ensure continued performance. But as you can see, over the last, again, 10 years, this 3-lot model. Here's what's particularly interesting is the average trade net profit $350 for that model. We actually have a slight derivation of the model that we can look at right here, I believe. Slight derivation, almost $500. This is a similar in nature, but a slight derivation, as you can see. $80,000, and again, non-optimized, non-curve fitted, using $10 plus per trade. Plus commission, so about $25 in round turn deducted for slippage and commissions. $80,000 again over the last 10 years or so. Just a $5,000 drawdown for this 3-lot portfolio trading the Russell. $80,000. But what's most impressive is the $482 average trade net profit. So essentially, every time you put on a trade, you're going to make $500, which at 165 times is not too bad. This slight derivation is certainly not quite as good in terms of absolute. You have a slightly larger drawdown, 5,000 to 7,500, but your profit goes up pretty impressively. So we certainly think the small increase in risk. Again, we can look at the actual drawdowns. You see what a beautiful thing. They're actually tapering off since 03, 04, 05. They're actually tapering off. So we've had just essentially a drawdown of about 6% or so on the EVR3. So definitely an impressive trading model. We'll look at the slight derivation. The drawdowns have been a little bit worse, actually. So you're making more money. That's why this is the primary. So you're making more money, and you have actually less drawdown, 20% a few times on a relative basis. You have a couple 25% drawdowns there. So pretty impressive system. The new EVR3, again, not on the website, but certainly if you're interested in trading the model, you can write into to admin at MiniAnalyst.com to figure out how you're going to do that. We did have, so we can go ahead and minimize that right there, and we'll come up to the Evo MCM. So this is kind of interesting. We're going to go ahead and pull this up. I'm not sure that was how can you even argue with that? So completely non-correlated, again, non-optimized, non-curve fitted trading model right here in the Evo MCM, seeking to essentially leverage the trading model. And as you can see, 12,000. But at $13,000 maximum drawdown, you're making $114,000. It's about 5 years or so for the Evo MCM, which is a pretty impressive trading model compared to the standard Evo, where you're going to get essentially, so you have 114,000 versus 12 or 13,000 maximum drawdown. Standard Evo, you're getting about 30,000 with a $5,000 drawdown. So as you can see, that of course is your equity curve. They're kind of similar in nature. Again, it's also a derivation, but we had that nasty 40% drawdown. The average drawdown for the actual Evo DT 1.0 has been about 10%. We'll go ahead and look over at the Evo MCM, and very similar in nature. I had a couple nasty drawdowns around 40%, but overall for the last since 08, we've essentially had about less than 10% average drawdown of the equity curve, so that's been pretty impressive. Evo EM right there, $60,000 on a $6,000 maximum drawdown, $156 every time you want to place a trade. So there's a couple of new derivations, again, trading models that aren't even on the website. If you have any interest in those, you can certainly write in and take a look at those. But we actually need to look at the daily chart of the market. Here we go. So again, our MRS-EM is still trapped in that long position. We have a new model that exercises a stop that was stopped out right here and has a long at around 808. So we have a slight derivation of this one because this one got trapped in a long. But as you can see, the trading model is absolutely stellar. $87,000 over the last 5 years, $13,900 again after slippage and commissions. Looks like $52,000 on the long side, $8,000, $900 on the long side, $919 average trade net profit after slippage and commissions for the MRCM. So it's still one of our favorite trading models, just taking a bit of a breather As you can see, hasn't really booked the recent loss, but you know, until it's on the books, it's still just on paper. So, but we're looking at a chart of the daily market. As you can see, we broke out of this wedge formation right here. We've come down to retest the high side of it and bounced up, and we still have this potential head and shoulders formation here, 1200. Came right up to our key measure of trend following support resistance significance in this blue line. This is the be-all, end-all in terms of green, which we certainly look to measure, but we certainly stopped short there. Reverse back down. We had mentioned that we weren't particularly convinced of the bulls formation, given actually this is kind of interesting. Again, this is our free trading model. We're going to get off on a tangent here. Free trading model. And as you can see there, not too bad, not too shabby. $127,000 again, maximum drawdown 12,400. 5-lot swings. You're going to need about $25,000, maybe about $30,000 to trade this model. You can certainly trade just one lot if you're interested. Again, this is a free trading model. Just write into admin at MiniAnalyst.com to get on that fully automated trading model. But this measures kind of greed and fear, and we had been looking, we had mentioned we had this bounce off of this level of extreme fear. We had this bounce on this measure of extreme fear, but we definitely wanted to retest, break these lows, and see a measure over 1. Well, we got our measure over 1 on this day, the 6th, and which was pretty impressive. We got a nice little bounce. In fact, it was a beautiful buy on the open there. We had some trading models that did that. In fact, we've had a beautiful 2-day run. This is Thursday. See where we are now, $600 for the MSA Ultimate. But as you can see, we're going to go ahead and look back. That we've had a pretty impressive 2-day run, making more money today, but a pretty impressive 2-day run on Tuesday and Wednesday, taking advantage of this. But you know, we're right back to relative extreme complacency in our view, so we may not have much higher to go, but we'll seek to let price be the final arbiter and measure of where price is headed right now. Serious resistance around 1200, 1220 in the S&P cash, as you can see. And certainly we expect this to potentially be a head and shoulders formation, and we'll probably at least retest this area around 1160 in pretty short order above today's high, and we're going to expect to certainly retest the trend and may actually move to continue on higher. We'll seek to gauge the actual market and let our systems do their thing. That's a quick look at the daily. Back to a blank screen. We were actually looking right here. So back to over the last 2 days, as you can see, yesterday, Wednesday, 30% for the Delta DTS, $4,400. Again, caught most of that move. The Evo, the star performer there. Delta DTS up 30%. Venerable Map DT was actually up higher, 33%. On Tuesday, 47% was the master. But again, consistent gains. Delta DTS 30%, besting the MSAU DT, which put in 10%. So it caught 20% of the gain, shaved off 20% of the MSAU DT's lead. So we are actually featuring the Delta DTS right now. Over 300, breaks the 300% barrier over the last 160 days. Astronomical returns. The market is just unbelievably tradable at this point. Definitely recommend you guys get involved. If you have any questions about any of the portfolios, feel free to shoot us an email to the aforementioned email address. Go to the website, chat with support team live, or you can ask an analyst any question you have about anything related to trading. So, hope you enjoyed the quick analysis of the video, and I guess we will see you next time. Oh, by the way, you still may be able, if you're watching this video, you still may be able to get in on a special. Let's see here. Go to MSAUDT and go to add to cart. 788 per quarter is MSAUDT. And oh, one other thing, we're actually going to be having some additional trading models that you're just not going to believe added here very shortly, so you'll be able to participate in those with full automations. Go ahead and enter let's try video. Let's see what that gets us. 20% off. There you go. So enter promo code video, and just inside this is going to be promoted. $630 for the MSA UDT. It made that, I believe, today. $660 so far. 3:30 Eastern Time. Signing off. We will see you next time.